I'd like to welcome you on Thursday morning. Actually, we're doing this live about, it's about 20 after 8 because I have to do a funeral this morning, and so we're live streaming it early, but whenever you watch it, we're very, very grateful. And also Thursday, this could be the first night that we worship outside. So we'll be out back at 7 o'clock, and would love to have you come. You know, two of the things that are at the heart and soul of our church, and probably of just the heart and soul of each one of us, is that gift of love and that gift of giving. And every Thursday night in church, we sing the gift of love. You know, you can speak with bravest fire. You can give away everything that you have. You can sacrifice everything, but without the gift of love, it doesn't mean anything. And I keep thinking, but isn't love about giving, and isn't love about sharing? And I was thinking about the gift of giving. You know, sometimes I remember when I was a student pastor, and I worked for a year at a church in Colorado, and the guy I worked with, the senior pastor, was an incredibly gifted preacher. But one of the things that I'm not sure I learned was that every Sunday had to be better than the previous Sunday. I mean, he would get there early in the morning, 4:30, and practice his sermon, and he had a book of all kinds of stories, and every example was had to be more inspiring than the next one. And it's easy to fall victim of that, because sometimes even with the thought for the day, I want to make sure that I have something for you to grab onto. And then I realized that when it comes to giving, all I have to do is look around. Giving doesn't have to be sensational. It doesn't have to be bigger than life. All I have to do is look around at the people around me, and I can discover in ordinary people doing ordinary things in ordinary moments. That's where the power of giving comes. Even today, I'm doing the thing early, and at the last minute, I called Len and Doug and said, you know, I kind of screwed up my schedule. Do you mind coming in early? And just without question, they said, of course we will. And I just looked out the door, and right next to Lenny is a lady named Debbie. I'm thinking about 2 or 3 people today. And Debbie volunteered for a long time and then started working full-time in 2004. And I watch her almost every day. And there isn't anything that she wouldn't do for you in the church. And just very quietly, I mean, we all have to work on humility sometimes, right, Debbie, a little bit? But she just does whatever it takes to make the church go. And that's a person that I see several times a week, and sometimes maybe I don't appreciate it, because giving comes alive in ordinary people like her that just do their job and don't expect anything in return. I think, too, of the lady I live with. You know, when Peggy and I got together, I have a son, Quentin, and many of you have met him, and he's going to be 21 next month. And when we got together, Quentin was part of the package. And over the years, I've watched Peggy quietly give unto him. And I had a tendency to just, I don't know, probably be a little bit lax, and I got too, quote, busy with other things. But I watched Peggy teach Quentin in very quiet ways about what it means to be a good, decent human being. And a lot of you say, hey, Quentin's really growing up to be a nice young man. And of course, they give Peggy the credit, which they should. Because every day, without condition, in such quiet ways, she gives unto him because he's part of our family. And she has become an incredible mom to him. And she teaches him. And I think of the gift of love and the gift of giving. One other person, it was 2 years ago that our buddy Vern Bach passed away. And Vern was a class act. And he was married to a class act. You know, Mary Ann just stood by him in his journey with cancer. And it was just downright inspiring. And Mary Ann also works at Sandberg part-time. But since Vern died, Mary Ann comes here, and I've watched the way she cares about other people. You know, Ann Steele went through a long rehabilitation, and can't drive right now. And every single Sunday, Mary Ann picks up Ann and brings her to church. And when Annie has to go somewhere, Mary Ann is always there. And she's always thinking about other people. And so when I sit there at my desk and try to think of something inspiring to say, for the thought for the day or on Sunday morning, I realize, Don, why don't you just look around at the people you depend on every day? Look at Debbie. Look at Peggy. Look at Mary Ann. And without having to say a word, the meaning of giving unto others just comes alive. And I'd like to close by quoting from the prophet Kahlil Gibran. And it has some beautiful, beautiful poetry and poems and prayers. And here's the word for the day. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It's when you give of yourself that you truly give. And isn't that what we're called to do? To give of ourselves. Wherever you live, whatever you do, whether you're going through a good time or a tough time or something in between, however humble you may be and you may think you don't have all that much to give, it's giving from the inside of who we are that makes a difference. It's not about how much. It's not about the amount. It's about the spirit with which we live every day. And when we do that, God's Spirit comes alive and the Lord speaks in quiet and yet powerful ways. It's good to be together. I wish you a blessed Thursday and look forward to talking to you tomorrow.